So the biggest problem today within our churches is the need to refocus. Let me give you an example. There's a documentary out right now about the Mosaic Church, the oldest known Christian worship space. Now on social media, I was reading about the documentary, and in a space full of Christians commenting on this, and I'm talking about up in the thousands, well into the thousands, the majority of them were arguing over what the denomination of this church was and which correct denomination is the right denomination, and just going to war with each other over who's right and who's wrong. Now, a discovery like this could be monumental. There are so many things we could learn, so much that could be discovered from this. And yet the only thing that they could worry about and focus on is not the discovery of this worship space. It's not what we can learn from it or what there is, what this means in any way, shape, or form. Their focus was who is right and who is wrong. That was their takeaway from this whole experience, was who's correct and who's wrong. You got one group saying it's this denomination, one group saying it's that one. Well, it has to be this one because this is the first known Christian church denomination. If your focus is on whether or not your denomination is the right denomination and not on teaching the love of Christ, if your focus is on being right and not sharing the message of Jesus, then my friend, you are focused on the wrong thing. You see, the problem is we are so worried in our churches about, well, we have to be right. That church has to be wrong. This is the only right way to do it. You see, we're focused on ourselves. We're focused on whether or not we are right and trying to prove others wrong. That's not where our focus should be on. Our focus should be solely on the love of Christ, solely on following Jesus, solely on spreading His love, His mercy, His grace, the lessons, the things that He taught. That is where our focus should be on. And if our focus is on being right and proving others wrong, then we are not following Christ, we're following ourselves. And that is the biggest problem in the church, especially in America, is we all have to be right and everybody else has to be wrong. Newsflash, the apostles weren't Baptist, Pentecostal, Presbyterian, they weren't Catholic. They were simply followers of Jesus. And until we can lose this mindset that we have to be right and they have to be wrong, until we lose this mindset that this is the only right way to do things, until we start getting the mindset that, you know what? Jesus is the only right answer. Jesus is the only truth. He is the only way. Until we start getting that mindset and we start losing this mindset that we have to be right and they have to be wrong, then you know what? Not only are we not going to achieve anything for God in this world, especially in this country, but come Judgment Day, we're going to have a whole lot of churches that are going to be sadly disappointed. We need to refocus our attention. It's not about us and it's not about being wrong. It's about proving His love to this world. It's about teaching the world about Christ, not about ourselves. It's time to refocus. Until next time, be blessed.